Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important companies in the entire AI revolution, a company you probably use every single day, maybe without even knowing it. We are talking about Broadcom. They have quietly become this absolute titan of technology, kind of like a ghost in the AI machine. And to get a sense of just how big this ghost really is, you only need to hear one thing.
Just let that sink in for a second. 99%. Almost every single email you send, every show you stream, every piece of data zipping across the internet, yeah, it's touching Broadcom technology. They are, and this is not an exaggeration, the actual plumbing of our digital world.
And, that kind of invisible dominance, well, it translates into some very, very visible numbers. Their market cap has just exploded past $1.5 trillion. That puts them in the same super exclusive club as giants like Nvidia and Meta. So that leads to the big question, right? How did this company that for so long was just known as a supplier of, basic chips, suddenly become a central architect of the entire AI boom? And maybe more importantly, what's the controversial two-faced strategy that's fueling this unbelievable rise? To answer that, you first have to look at the brilliant side of the Broadcom story. We're talking about its role in actually building the engine that powers modern artificial intelligence. So while Nvidia totally dominates the AI conversation with their amazing do-everything GPUs, Broadcom is playing a completely different game. They specialize in creating custom-built chips called ASICs. Okay, think of it like this. Nvidia builds a super powerful Swiss Army knife that can do almost anything. Broadcom, on the other hand, builds a perfectly sharpened scalpel, designed to do one single job with just incredible, mind-blowing efficiency. And who are they building these custom scalpels for? Well, just the biggest names in the business. Google's custom AI chips, those TPUs, that's a huge Broadcom partnership. They're also working on custom silicon for OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, and, even Microsoft. They are the secret weapon behind the most powerful AI models on the planet. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. You start to see how this strategy is just paying off like crazy. In fiscal year 2025 alone, their AI chip revenue is set to hit an incredible $20 billion. But hold on, that's just this year. Their current backlog, we're talking orders they already have in the bag for AI chips, stands at $73 billion. That is guaranteed money just waiting to come in. It just shows you how insane the demand is for what they're doing. And, of course, the market has noticed. Oh boy, has it noticed. Since the AI boom really kicked into high gear back in early 2023, Broadcom's stock is up nearly 500%. That's what blasted them into that trillion-dollar club. But it's not just about the brains, the processing chips. AI data centers need to move just colossal amounts of data at unbelievable speeds. And this is Broadcom's other pillar of dominance. They are the AI traffic cop. They control over 80% of the market for the high-speed networking switches that are the essential highways of these giant AI factories. So, okay, we've got this picture of a genius hardware engineer custom building the future of AI. But there is another side to this story, a much more aggressive, much more controversial one. Let's call it the Great Software Squeeze. And here's the question that connects the two halves of Broadcom's personality. Building these next-gen AI chips is ridiculously expensive. That money has to come from somewhere. So, where is Broadcom getting all the cash to fuel this super high-growth, super high-cost AI engine? Well, the answer starts with their massive $61 billion takeover of the software company VMware. And just look at how fast they moved. The deal closes in late 2023. Literally months later, they kill all the perpetual software licenses, the kind you buy once and own forever. And by now, those same customers are being shoved onto new subscription models, and the price shock is, well, it's just getting started. This slide just shows you how dramatic the change was. Before Broadcom, VMware was all about flexibility. You could buy a license forever, you could pick and choose the exact products you needed, and you could work with this huge network of partners. After Broadcom, nope, it's subscription only, you're forced into these expensive bundles of stuff you might not even need, and that giant partner program, it's been decimated. So what does this actually mean for customers' wallets? Well, people are reporting price hikes of 3, 5, even 12 times what they used to pay. That's a jump of up to 1,200%. For a normal business, that's not just an increase, that's a potential budget killer. And the industry is pushing back hard. This quote here from a major European cloud group just nails it. They're basically accusing regulators of handing Broadcom a blank check to squeeze customers. It's so serious, they're actually challenging the whole merger in court right now. So we have these two completely different stories, right? The brilliant AI architect over here and the ruthless software squeezer over there. But what if they aren't two different stories? What if they're actually two sides of the same, very deliberate strategy? Let's break down the Broadcom playbook. What's so great about this is how clearly it lays the whole thing out. On one side, you've got the architect, building custom AI chips, dominating the networking world, and partnering with the biggest names in tech. And on the other side, you've got the squeezer, buying up essential software like VMware, forcing everyone onto subscriptions, and just extracting as much cash as humanly possible. And right here, this is the core of the whole playbook. It's basically a perfect feedback loop. You buy a company with a super loyal, locked-in customer base, like VMware. Then you crank up the prices and switch to subscriptions to create this massive, predictable river of cash. And then you take all that cash and you pour it directly into the risky, super expensive, but incredibly high-growth world of custom AI chips. And the scale of this cash extraction it's just breathtaking. When Broadcom bought VMware, the company was making about $4.5 billion in a key profit metric. Broadcom's public goal? To get that number up to $8.5 billion in just 3 years. Look, this isn't some accident. It is the plan. It's baked into the company, all the way to the top. The CEO's own pay package is directly linked to hitting these insane AI revenue goals. We're talking as high as $120 billion by 2030. The software squeeze is literally designed to fund the AI dream. So that leaves us with this one final, really fascinating question. Is this Broadcom playbook just a new model of ruthless efficiency that we're going to see other tech companies start to copy? Or is it a massive warning sign, a glimpse into a future where legacy customers get squeezed dry to fund the next big thing, whether they like it or not? It's a question that might just define the entire business of innovation for years to come.